Hellos. So today's my birthday, May 26th, and I'm turning 27. I'm so sad I didn't make this video the year I was turning 26 because then it would have been my golden year. I'm turning 26 on the 26th, but it's fine. I'm turning 27 this year, and I have a few thoughts on turning 27. So why am I making this now and not, like, let's say when I'm turning 30? I might make one then, but the reason I'm making one now is because you know how they say your prefrontal cortex, or like your frontal lobe, develops around the age of 25. So sometime between my last birthday when I was turning 26 and this birthday, it arrived. And yeah, it's such a stark difference. Like, I feel like, wow, like I'm looking back at things and I'm just like, why did I do that? What was It's like I was like half blind the past 25 years. So finally, now that I feel, not that I figured everything out, but that I feel some form of, I feel like more solid. I feel like a more solid person existing on this planet than I was before. Um, Now that I have that, I just want to make a video and just mark this moment. Maybe I'll watch it in the future and just either laugh at myself or be, I don't know, have some other reaction. But I just want to talk about two things. And one is what I wish I did, and what I wish, or what I'm glad I did in my early 20s. So I'll start with the good stuff. I will just say one for each, just one. Because of course there's like 10 million things. So from what I'm glad I did, I'm glad I tried all the things I wanted to try. Like, I really went for everything. And I attacked my career, or figuring out my career, with a touch of madness. I was all over the place. I was applying for things constantly, which ended up me starting my, when I created my website, I started a blog about applying for traveling opportunities. And it's not that, it was just that I just loved doing it so much, and I loved trying out, that a few years into it I figured out, wait, I figured out a few things I can share with people. And people in my circle would ask me now and again, like friends and acquaintances. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll just do this. And since I have a website, because I was creating a website as a way of, instead of like sending people to LinkedIn, I would send them to my website. That's what I do now. And yeah, I was like, since I just have this static website that I'm paying for, might as well write about something. So I chose to write about opportunities and how to get them, because I had just been so rabid about it. And in 5, 8 years, I figured out quite a bit. So you can check that out. I'll leave that in the description. I also do consultancies to help people who are going to international universities, to like help look at your CV and or your application package. So I'll leave that in the description as well. But yeah, so I'm glad I really tried. I tried everything. Oh my god, I tried photography, all sorts of different types of writing, because I'm a writer, and there's like 10 million writing things. So um all types of writing. I applied to and submitted and pitched to all sorts of things, some which panned out way better than I thought, some I was ignored totally, which that's the majority. I just, yeah, I traveled a lot. I've seen quite a bit. I feel like I'm in my rest period right now, actually, and I'm just 27, but that one aspect of my life was on point. So the other aspect that I wish I had started earlier, because of course it's never too late to do anything, but what I wish I had started earlier was being in touch with my spirit. I'm gonna say spirit, but by spirit I mean the emotional side of my life. Because what tends to happen when you very eagerly go for one thing, other things suffer. So for me, what suffered was, and I didn't even realize that it was happening as it was happening. I'm realizing it like, well, I had blips of like this is probably not normal, but then when it hit me in full blast, it's been the past couple of like 3 years when I was like, wow, I really neglected this and now I'm paying for it. But my emotional life was almost completely at zero. And I just mean by that I mean my ability to connect with people simply. I don't necessarily mean romantic relationships, though those as well, but mostly family relationships and friendships. Not in just the I have friends, but in the what is the quality of the friendship. I listened to this podcast called The Messy in Between, or TMI podcast KE. You can find them here on YouTube. There are these two Kenyan influencers, ladies who talk about this life things like relationships, friendships, how it is to be a woman, that sort of thing. And the recent episodes they've been talking about, I knew the friendship was over when, and it's just people in the audience are meeting and telling them what different situations have made those people end friendships, and then the two hosts are just like talking about, would I end a friendship for this? What? And then in the middle of all that, there's been a lot of definition of what is a friend. And just listening to it, I'm like, yeah, I really missed out. Not entirely, but quite a bit. I could have been doing way more, basically, and investing way more in my friendships, in my relationships in general. So yeah, I feel like I missed out on that. I'm starting now. And it's so hard for me because part of the reason I wasn't able to do that was a lot of trauma, um, that basically made me unable to, in the normal human way of things, naturally connect to other people. So for me, it's like a journey. I started therapy a few years ago, and right now I'm really happy with the therapist I have, which is like my second. And yeah, I also write about like psychoanalyzing myself and just mental health issues on a column, which I'll leave some of those below. So I have anxiety. I might have ADHD. I'm currently being assessed for ADHD. I also might have OCD. Like, I don't know. It's just that this feeling I have and this the way I am thing. I don't know if it's anxiety, ADHD, OCD. It might be any of those. So I'm still in the process of analyzing and being tested for that. And also, I have depression, but I've been able to manage my depression quite well. I'm happy. I just take vitamin D, works so well for me, even though I'm in a sunny place and I'm always out. It's like I still need that extra shot of vitamin D for my mental, just for that. So anyway, I don't know. It works for me. So, but yeah, please consult therapists and psychiatrists before doing any crazy things. But yeah, so I'm starting now. I'm praying it goes well. I'm praying for myself because I'm the one holding myself back. It's not that other people don't want to connect to me. It's me who's holding myself back from them and being unable to open up, basically. That's my main issue. I'm not able to be vulnerable anywhere. So yeah, that's it. I for those who are younger than me watching this, I don't even know what was the point of this video other than for me to look back at it. But yeah, I hope that I've said something that hit you. Maybe you're like me, you're 23 or 24 and you're seeing this and you're thinking how you've been going for your career things like mad, and you're hearing me speaking now about how I regret not fostering deeper quality friendships, investing in people, in pouring into people in my personal life, because I think I did that broadly in general. I really like helping people out. That's why this YouTube channel exists. Anyway, so if I hope therefore if you were like me and you had this, please just start doing so. Just sit down and think about it, or go for a walk and think about it. Yeah, anyways, guys, thanks so much for listening to me ramble for almost 10 minutes. Check out the links in the description, and bye.